Welcome back to Vigor. It's your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. So, here is what I'm going to do from now on in terms of my intros and outros. If it's not me playing, then it's going to be the old outro. If it's not me commentating, it's going to be the old intro and outro. If it's me speaking and or playing the game directly, actually no, my fault. If it's me talking but not me playing, it's going to be the old intro and outro. But if it's me playing and talking, new intro, new outro. If it's not me talking at all, then, well, not me talking and then the game just being played, old intro, old outro. But y'all don't need to worry about that. Just know that I enjoy making videos for you all. That's all you really need to worry about. Then again, don't even worry. You know, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And so we enter here onto Fjellkanten. And I said in the previous video that the new map combines the lack of cover that is on this map, plus the openness of this map, plus the smallness of the batteries. So pretty much what you have is like the Death Bowl, but made into an entire map. But if you want my full opinion on, the new map, Kirsten, or however you say it, yeah, it was uploaded like the 3rd of February at midnight, so check that out. So you know me, trying to stay vigilant, trying to stay aware of my surroundings, making sure I don't catch anybody off guard, or nobody catches me off guard, that's what I meant to say, but making sure I catch somebody off guard. There's a difference in those two statements. As a matter of fact, let me say them one more time. I'm trying to make sure, like right here, that I catch him off guard. This dude at this freaking campsite. But he doesn't catch me off guard. Because he doesn't know that I'm here. Once you spot somebody in this game, you're automatically at an advantage. If you spot them first and they don't see you, the chips are in your hand. Now it's really just up to you whether or not you want to stalk them and try to get them, or, let them go. And to all my aggressive players, your answer is, bro, wipe the lobby, what the hell? Yeah, no, that's not me. That's not me. I'm not built like that, but hey, I sound like a broken record at this point. So I heard some gunshots, right? And I'm thinking, why not go over here That's assuming. And I think I see somebody. Let me point this out to you. Because look, the Vigor iceberg is hella deep. Your spotted prey may be someone else's hunted prey. What's the difference? Well, let me tell you. When you spot somebody and you're watching them, and you're not actively pursuing them, like how I was just now, back there on top of that mountain range, I was like, you know what, he's too far, maybe there's something else up here on these mountains or whatnot, and I'll let him go. But then I heard gunshots. The aggressive player with the Sumi who let off pretty much 80% of his clip into this one poor soul, he was actively hunting him down. Which then formed the whole, well, it wasn't even third party because he was dead by the time I got over here. Which led to me realizing that I might can get a kill out of this. And I just so happened to arrive in a nick of time to catch this man in the head, and now I have his A1 on my back. Hooray. Hooray indeed. So I do get a bit paranoid here and I start aiming at bushes. But hey, This right here is Fjellkanten. Bushes have guns in them. And I'm not afraid to say that. So what's next on my objective list? Keep staying vigilant. Keep staying vigilant. And ideally, I try to walk wherever I think the next gunfight is going to occur. But at the same time, too, you know, I'm looking out for loot. You know what I'm saying? Very opportunistic. Now, if I was going straight for kills and nothing at all, then I'll be running and eating like 3 caffeine pills per encounter. But nah, I don't do that. So, you know, just walking through here. And I think about getting the buried cache through this area right here, but I say nah. But then I also get PTSD from that video I made, entitled Vigor is Metal Gear Solid, but with real players. Yeah, I made one of those videos. So here, I believe I actually got up to get something to eat real quick at the microwave. But yeah. Actually, no, I didn't, because I'm still moving my sticks, obviously. So I keep walking, right? And I'm looking back here at the bowl of death, because it's just like there's always somebody up there. There always is. But from what I can remember, nobody here has a decently scoped weapon. I'm pretty sure. So in actuality, I should be feeling relatively safe walking through this path. But then I hear those gunshots. And so my thinking is this. Why are there gunshots over here? But before I can even think about that and process that through my brain, I spot somebody at the abandoned retreat. And they're going to run right into the bushy, leaved up area. Like leave as in L-E-A-F, leafed up area. And I'm like, is it worth chasing him into there? But then I spot food. You know me, I love food. In real life and in the game. So I'm, grabbing the food, go back prone. And I'm like, maybe this guy's gonna walk out into the open. But then as I look at the map, I realize that the town safe is over here. Makes sense. That might be why he was over here. But I decide to go closer. And in just a moment, I'm going to stand up. And I'm thinking about, heading into there. Because you're not going to kill anybody if you don't see them. I mean, unless you hear them and throw a grenade in the bush. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, where is he just standing in that area? So, I put on some shoes and I start walking. Well, crouch walking, really. And yeah, there's a padlock. So I'm going to walk through here. And I'm looking in the direction of where I last seen him travel. And the deeper I get into here, the more my, not spider sense, because I hate spiders. But the more my, danger sense goes off. And I say to myself, literally, as I'm walking through this path, why would I chase somebody, well, stalk somebody, through some bushes, where literally I cannot see anything but leaves? Granted, it's broad daylight, that's the only advantage I have, but if he turns his camera around, he's going to see me sneaking up on him. And I'm not going to know where he's at until he starts shooting at me. Now, granted, I have an A1, but remember, as that lady says at the beginning of the game when you first enter the tutorial, all it takes is one shot to the head, and you're gone. So what do I do instead? Well, I relocate. Because the plane's coming. Now, there could be a multitude of reasons as to why this guy decided to go into that area. But getting the airdrop is not one of them. I don't know why he's there, but the airdrop is not here. So I decided to go up here and get a nice overwatch position over the entire area. Now, granted, it's pretty gray down there. And when I say gray, I mean you can't really see that, that clearly down into there. But all I need to see is movement. I don't need to know if it's a person. If I see movement against this still behind background, then I know it's him. And look, I'm not actively trying to hunt him down. I'm trying to wait until he reveals himself before I can do anything about it. And so right here I'm watching, right? And then nothing happens. So I decide to, give in to my loot side and dig up this buried cache to only find out nothing's there. And now I'll walk. I'll walk because I realized there is more to this game than hunting down and killing somebody. Granted, it's probably the second most exhilarating way to have fun in this game. Granted, it is. And the first most is running away from somebody and watching them give up the search and turn around and leave you alone. In my opinion. But there's this thing called experience, and you can get experience by looting an airdrop. So, yeah, I'm still watching that pond, don't get me wrong. But that's like way in the back of my head right now. Still staying vigilant though. Because you see, I'm still looking at that area, thinking that a guy's still in there. Why is he in there? I have no idea. But what I'm going to do is make a cross-map journey to get to the other side for the airdrop. Now look, if you think I'm alone, you know what? Place your bets. Place your bets. If you think I'm alone, and no, I'm not going to hit the detector, because that will give away my location. If you think I'm alone, think again. I get disrupted by the tower. No, that's not a jammer. That's a tower. But then, I'll go out the area. And I go back into it now. So, obviously somebody else is still here. Somebody else got to be still here. And so with that information in mind, I'm going to skirt around the edge of the map. Because granted, I do have two really good weapons. And you see, like right there when I peep the map, the tower is in front of me. So granted, it could be anybody doing this, using that disruptive tower. But I'm not trying to find out who in a dirty confrontation. I'm trying to find out who by me seeing them and watching them and waiting. And like I said, gotta stop by every buried cache I see, you know what I'm saying? And we keep it moving. We're almost to where I want to be at. Almost to it. And now radiation is going off. Well, radiation has announced its presence, so to say. Almost here. Almost here. And if you're wondering why I always go for high up areas, is because think about it. When you shoot down on your opponent, what's the first thing a bullet has a higher chance of hitting? Their head. If you're firing on flat ground, every part of the body has an equal chance of getting hit. But if you're firing at them from above, then you're shooting down on them, and what's the first thing a bullet's going to see? The top of their head. So that's why you see me going up here to the mountain range. But here's another benefit. I can see pretty much about 10% of the map from up here. And that is going to come as a huge, huge advantage. So I'm watching back here to make sure I'm not getting spotted. But check this out. there's a lot of reasons why to love the M82, but for me, it feels like if I hit them in the chest, if not their head, it's a one shot. And that leads me to spend less ammunition and less time and less mental capacity in a whole gunfight. Now check this out. This guy did have weapons. He was armed, but with a lot of weapons. Also, he was right near the buried cache, but he didn't stop to get it. If he would have stopped to get that cache, I probably wouldn't have seen him. And yeah, that's a fake airdrop. But look though, do you think I'm alone now? If you say yes, then you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now. But I don't go for that airdrop, let alone the cache. You see, you gotta plan ahead. When I seen that airdrop fall, well not fall, when I seen that guy going for an airdrop, I assumed that, number one, he relocated the airdrop, so he knew that was a real airdrop. But no, that wasn't the case. So I gotta forfeit the airdrop in the buried cache because look at my health. I didn't take any iodine pills with me because I'm still trying to build up a nice steady supply of them. So I gotta forfeit both the buried cache and the airdrop. Now I know what you're saying. Jet, if you went for the buried cache, you would have had 2 iodine pills anyway. That's very true. That's very true. But look, what if I still didn't make it? I would have gave up 2.5, well not 2.5, but 2.7k experience because I got greedy and tried to go after 2 things that were further away from the exit than the kill that I just got. You gotta think things ahead of time. You got to. Because when you plan and you execute your plan and it goes off without a hitch, it works out, right? But you also got to think about what if your plan does not go well. And I want to say about 4 times out of 10, if your plan does not go well, then it'll end up with you getting shot. If not, 6 times out of 10, you dying. So you got to think ahead of time. You got to. And that's all I really got to say. I mean, sometimes you got to cover the distance to get what you want done. You know what I'm saying? The maps are as big as they are. I say that and they just released a really small map. The maps are as big as they are for a reason. There's height elevation for a reason. There's POIs for a reason, points of interest. You gotta use that all to your advantage and all in your plan. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.